Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I have another Marvel related video for you, but this is something kind of new. So Disney has released these Marvel toy box figures, and actually not just Marvel, there's a variety of toy box figures from some of their own Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, to even Star Wars and other Disney franchises. And they're these like little playset, or not playsets, but these little play figures that essentially are in the style of, if you guys remember the Disney Infinity video games, I love those games. I was fully into them. I collected a ton of the figures. It was a really cool concept, but they didn't fully realize it. And I know that they had plans for a fourth game and there were some really cool ideas, but then it all got canceled, of course. So now they've started to release action figures that are kind of in a similar style. They're not going to be the same size, and they're not, you know, like stuck to a little base, or they're not going to work with the Disney Infinity video games. Totally unrelated. But I think the same style has kind of carried across into these figures. They definitely look inspired, at least, by that Disney Infinity style. So I'm not collecting all of them. I just don't want to. I have no need and no space for collecting all of them. But there's a couple that came up that I thought was really cool. One, I love Spider-Man. I couldn't find the original, but then I saw that they made a Miles Morales one that's the same figure as the original, apparently just recolored, and I thought that's kind of cool to have a Miles Morales figure. Iron Man, of course, is awesome, so I wanted to pick him up. So I had these two. I actually got them both at the New York Disney store, I believe it was. So I picked those up a long time ago. A couple months ago, but I never opened them up. But then recently, just a week or so ago, I ended up getting Thanos, this one here with the full battle armor and everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me just put all three together in a video and show you guys what they're like. So this is the packaging for the figures, and so Iron Man action figures, you can see Marvel toy box. So these are, I believe, only available at Disney stores. So you can go to shopdisney.com, which is the Disney store website as well. You might be able to get them there, but I know the Disney stores have them. So these are, you know, exclusives. So he comes with a Repulsor Blast included, so that's kind of interesting. You got some artwork on the side there. There's some stuff inside, and then on the back it shows you, yep, Disney Store is proud to introduce Marvel Toy Box range of figures. So, again, you have the Thanos Infinity War. I'd been looking for Thanos for a long time and finally ended up finding him. But they also have Hulk and others as well. So, really, really cool. So there's Iron Man. Here is Miles Morales with retractable webbing, which is kind of cool. So, definitely excited about that. Same back of the box right there. And then, of course, Thanos. Infinity Gauntlet included. So, pretty sweet. So he's got a bigger box here. And there's the side of the box right there in that style. And as you can see, here's some of the other figures that they have. They have Black Panther, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Wasp, and the Hulk, as mentioned earlier. So, yeah, not too bad. There's a range of figures. So all of these are actually, even though Thanos is a little bit bigger, same price point. So they're about $13. You might be able to get them on a sale or not. Disney Store seems to frequently have various sales on stuff. So, not bad for a special collectible action figure. So, let's check these out, though, and see what the articulation, the paint, all that's like. So, let's get these open and take a look. Alright, so I got the figures out of the packaging. So, here's the deal. To be honest, I kind of have some mixed feelings on these. I think the main reason that you're going to want to buy these is for the aesthetic, this sort of stylized look. If you really like that stylized look, you're going to love these figures, because that's their main appeal. Their articulation is, it's okay. The paint detail on them is decent. $13 a figure. You know, I compare it to, it's a bit more than like your $10 Beast Morphers action figures that we get from Hasbro now, right? But less than your $20 Lightning Collection figures. But granted, you are also paying a premium because this is a Disney Store exclusive. So add a couple extra bucks in there for the value because this is special to the Disney Store. So they're all right. I kind of like them. I don't really plan on buying more of them. But if you like the look of them, great. But we'll cover their articulation stuff. I will say their accessories that they come with are not so great. And we'll talk about them, but those are kind of a disappointment. So let's start with Iron Man over here. So, focusing on him, let's take an up-close look at this look, which is pretty cool. I definitely do like this sort of stylized design here. So, yeah, and I like, of course, you do have some paint on the back as well. So that's nice. Yeah, not like too much paint. You do have little bits of gold and silver all throughout, but nothing too overly crazy. And there on the bottom right there, the Disney store, made in China, in giant bold white. There's so many, like that's the one other thing too about it is like, okay, the bottom of the feet is fine. Put whatever you want. But then you also have Disney Marvel copyright on the side of the foot there. And then right on his butt, you have some other stuff there. It's like, come on, like, how much stuff, how many labels do you need to put on this? Like, if it's not all going to fit on the bottom of the feet, then it's just too much. You know, like, it's just, that's a little odd. But yeah, so, you know, there's the inside of the hands, that sort of design right there. Overall, it's kind of a cool look. I like this sort of stylized design. So in terms of the articulation then, so the head will rotate all the way around, and it also moves up and down a decent amount. So there you have it. Arms will rotate around, and they move up about that much. There's this little shoulder piece that like this one doesn't seem to go above, unless you kind of like pull it or something, you know. It doesn't seem to go above this piece, whereas this one kind of does. So this arm can move a little bit higher. I don't know if it's supposed to go up or not. It seems like it is supposed to bend a little, but this one's a little stiff. So, you know, basically you got a little bit of motion. Then you have some movement here at the elbow, and it moves back a decent amount. Moves forward a bit as well. This whole piece does rotate. And then the hands, actually they move side to side a little bit, but they also do rotate around. So you get that range of motion there. Okay. So that goes for both hands. Then this whole upper part of the body rotates around, and then the legs can move forward and back a little bit. You can do the splits there. Now, the knee part is a little weird for Iron Man, because the knee moves back a little bit, just barely. So if this is him standing straight, you just bend it back a little, and there you go. That's it. But this is how much his knee bends forward. Why on earth does his knee need to bend that much forward and not that much back? Like, it should be the opposite. So that kind of limits some of the poses that I can do, because I can't have him like posing with one foot forward and one kind of step back. Like, I can do it this way, but that just looks like he broke his leg, you know, which is kind of weird. Then the feet also do move up and down as well. So there you have it. So yeah, I mean, articulations, it's kind of, there's some misses there, but it's okay. But you know, again, it's all about that stylized look. If you like this look, then that's great. But again, because like the hand can only move up and down like this way, but not this way, I can't have him like with his hand forward like he's gonna blast someone unless I have his hand up high here. Like if I do it like this, his hand can rotate, but I can't, his hand won't go flat forward. So again, kind of limits some of the poses that you can do with it. So speaking of sort of blasting forward and stuff, right? So he comes with this Repulsor Blast right here. But the thing is, I don't know how this thing is supposed to work. Like, it's so weird to me. Is this supposed to be him blasting someone? Because, like, I don't, what? How does it, this doesn't make sense. Like, even here, it doesn't fit. I don't, like, is it supposed to go there? Because that doesn't look right. And that, like, I don't, what? This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand where this is supposed to go. It's supposed to go on the feet for how he's blasting off, because that doesn't work either, and there's only one. So I don't understand this. Somebody please let me know if I'm doing something wrong. But like, to me, it doesn't seem to make much sense. I'm a little confused. So this to me is kind of worthless. So unless I'm really dumb, but there you go. That's the Iron Man figure. So I don't know, Iron Man, I'm a little disappointed in, but you know, I think ultimately I like the design, you know, this sort of stylized little figure here. So I think for that part alone, it's worth it. But that, again, that's really going to be the main reason that you would get the figure. So there's that. So now let's move on to Miles Morales here. We got Spider-Man right here. And he's very interesting as well. So let's zoom in and check out the figure here. So, cool design. He's got his black suit with red accents. Painted on the back as well. Which is pretty cool. Now he does not suffer from as much of the same issues. Like they wrote all the... Oops. Try and focus here. It's not focusing because it's all blended in, but all the copyright stuff is on the bottom right there. There's no other copyright stuff written on the side of his feet. There is some stuff on the back here, but it's not in this bright white paint either, so it's not as noticeable. Whereas Iron Man, it's like, boom, in your face, you know? So, it's kind of weird, but, you know, there you go. Also, he has this, like, space in the back for something to peg in, but nothing pegs in there, so I don't know what that's for, but I don't know. So in terms of articulation then, right? So his head rotates and moves up and down. Arm movement moves up horizontally. You do have elbow articulation. The one weird thing though is like if you bend his elbows inwards, this piece here is like poking outwards, which just kind of looks a little odd, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird how they did it. I guess, you know, when it's folded like this, it's supposed to go over the joint, kind of covering it, but it just makes it look really weird, you know? But this whole piece does rotate as well. And then the hand moves up and down this way, and then it also turns around. So this is how I would have liked Iron Man's hand to be so that I could pose it with the palm facing forward. But Iron Man has like the movement on the side of the hands here. You see the joints on the side, so that it moves up and down that way, but not the palm forward. So they did that part better, at least, on Spider-Man. This whole upper body rotates, you know, leg movement forward and back even more. Go off to the side as well. He does bend at the knee, and this time it is much better as well, so it actually bends backwards a decent bit. He doesn't really bend forward, and that's also because they sort of used this to cover up the joint a little bit. So you see how it kind of just hides it a little. So that's kind of interesting. The feet do move up and down, and actually on this one, rotates around. So articulation's improved on this one compared to Iron Man. So overall, pretty decent for what you have. Really interesting stylized look. I definitely enjoy it. But again, the weapon thing or the accessory that he comes with is really weird. So this has got like a little suction cup. It's supposed to stick onto something, and then this is retractable webbing, and that's all it does. It doesn't really click into place as far as I can tell. It just, that's it. And that's the weird part. Like this doesn't really, like I was like, wait, does this attach in the back? Nope, doesn't go in the back. Does he hold it? No, it seems to be too big for him to hold it. I can try and like force it a little bit, but it comes off pretty easily, you know? So I guess are you supposed to like stick this onto something? Like, let me see if I can do this here. Okay, so it sticks on there, and then what? Do I like retract this and maybe I just have him hold it on the string? He's about to fall. Let's see how this goes. All right, hold on, Spider-Man. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on tight, and oh, and he fell again. Like I don't understand how this is supposed to work. What if I have him actually grip this? I guess that kind of works. Is that what it's supposed to be? Like he's hanging like that, I guess? I don't know. All right, now how do I take this off? Oh, and well, the suction works. Oh, there's a little thing on the side that you do. Okay, well that's good to know. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird one for me. Kind of a weird accessory to have, but there you go, I guess. He has some webbing. But pretty decent figure, though. I do like the look of the Spider-Man. So that brings us to Thanos right here. And he's pretty cool looking. So Thanos, let's take an up-close look. Definitely makes for a very interesting style. You know, this actually kind of reminds me a little bit of like how he looked in Fortnite, because that was sort of the stylized look. And I wonder if they took any inspiration from this design or anything like that when making this. But yeah, pretty cool. Decent bit of, you know, detail with all the armor and stuff. He also has that peg in the back, which I don't know what it's for, but pretty cool. I think overall he looks nice. And it's always kind of interesting when they use that paint that's sort of like a swirl, like a mixture, like it's not a consistent solid color. It adds a little bit more to it, you know? Kind of looks more interesting. So there you have it. And he has his Infinity Gauntlet right here, which doesn't look so great because it just looks like these super bright, it almost looks like little candy pieces on his thing. I mean, look, it's to be expected. I'm not expecting anything super detailed or whatever, but still, it looks kind of lame. Like that doesn't look very powerful and cool, you know? And this actually isn't a full gauntlet. It's actually something that he holds. So it's actually hollow right here. It's a fake. So you can basically have him take it off. Like so. Oh no, the time stone came out. Let's attach this back in. All right, there you go. So you can have him not hold it right there, as you can see. So there's that. But let's take a look at the articulation. So the head rotates around, up and down. The arms rotate a bit, but you have the shoulder piece that kind of gets in the way to prevent it from fully going around. Well, actually, kind of does, but I don't want to pull it too much and make this piece pop off. So the arms don't really move up that much, but they do a little bit. They do have a bend at the elbow and backwards a little as well. This whole arm piece rotates, and then the hand has rotation and moves in and out as well. The whole upper body rotates. Legs move forward and back a decent amount. They don't really move to the side much because of these pieces. They're pretty solid. You get a little bit of movement, but not too much. Some bending at the knee, and he doesn't really bend forward because of this piece right there. But this whole leg does rotate, and then the feet do move up and down quite a bit, and also side to side. So decent bit of articulation, you know, for this figure here. So yeah, I mean, if you like this stylized look, then, you know, you got this cool looking figure. So the alternative accessory that he has is sort of this Infinity Gauntlet in this like energy blast or something, basically. I don't know. But the interesting thing is this one doesn't have the little handle for him to hold. That being said, it actually still does kind of hold on though. So you just kind of stick it on, and I like to put it over this piece here so it's a little bit more secure. So, you know, like it's not great. Like it's not coming off unless you do it a little, you know, a decent amount, but it's not like super snug either. As you can see, there's nothing holding it in place. So I guess this is meant to be like a giant energy blast, like a powerful punch that he's doing. I guess it's kind of neat. Out of all three of the characters, this accessory is the best one because it kind of works, sort of, you know, whereas the other ones don't really. But I'm probably just going to keep them with the Infinity Gauntlet. Actually, before I do that, why don't I just bring in, you know, these characters? What if Iron Man tries to hold the Infinity Gauntlet? You know, like what would happen? I wonder. Does it work? Kind of, sort of. All right, well, this whole piece is really loose now that this popped out. So that's sort of, maybe. There you go. All right, Iron Man's got the Infinity Gauntlet. What about Spider-Man? All right, Peter. Let's see what you can do. Or not Peter. Why am I calling him Peter? I'm so used to Peter Parker. I grew up on Peter Parker. This is Miles Morales. So I'm sorry, Miles. But there you go. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet, which is hugely oversized compared to the proportions of his body. So technically, it's possible for other characters to hold the Infinity Gauntlet. But we're just going to give it back to Thanos here. So yeah, I mean, these are these toy box figures here. I don't know. Overall, I think they're okay. I think if you like the look of these characters, then these figures will be worth it. But just keep in mind that the articulation is not going to be the greatest on these. But they do feel pretty solid, so you could definitely give them to like a younger kid. I think they'll be a little bit more sturdy than some other figures potentially. So if you're worried about that, I think, you know, that's kind of useful. They did come with this little insert here in case anyone is curious to see, you know, other stuff that they have. So Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, and Disney. So they have these giant sets here. which is really cool. So they got the classic Spider-Man and this Spider-Mobile and Hulkbuster. They got some Pixar ones. I saw some of these and I was so tempted because I love Toy Story, but I don't know, I just gotta hold out. The Incredibles, they have those. They have these really cool sets too, like a Millennium Falcon set. I saw that one. It's got a giant Millennium Falcon, Han Solo and Chewbacca. That's pretty slick. So some of these are actually really cool. Then the individual figures here, they have these. I've seen a bunch of these in the store. Same with the Star Wars ones. I debated getting Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass. Rey actually looked pretty cool too. Pixar again, the individual figures, and then these are some of the other Marvel ones. They even got Thor, Captain America. I haven't really seen those recently. But yeah, so there's a whole variety of figures. So if you like these Disney Toy Box figures, check out your local Disney store. But here's just a sample of these. I don't plan on doing any more reviews of these, but I just wanted to, you know, since I got them, I figured I'd do a video and show you guys what they're like. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought of these. Do you plan on checking these out, or do you have any of these? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. I got lots of other videos on the way, so stay tuned. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you later.